Affiliate in College Park. I'm Shane Connick here as the Rider Bronx and the Maryland Terrapins will meet on the mat for one final duel match of the 2019-2020 regular season. The Terps are coming into this one off of a very tough loss to the Patriots of George Mason University a night ago. The Bronx are coming in hot with an 11-3 record, having just clinched the Mid-American Conference Eastern Division Championship. Taking a look at tonight's matchups, we're going to have Jonathan Tropia and Brandon Cray meeting at the 125-pound bout. Them, in addition to many other people, have already seen each other throughout this season because Maryland and Rider already met. Rider took 7 of the 10 match bouts when they met in the Virginia Championships back in January, on January 11th. And so Rider and Maryland are coming in here to this one. Obviously, Rider having various wrestlers ranked as usual. Rider 11-3. They only lost one in-conference match this year. Maryland also honored its seniors tonight. Just before this, there's head coach Alex Clemson in his first season. Hasn't been exactly what he would like, as Maryland 2-16, but looking to build a wrestling culture here in College Park. Rider has just been stellar throughout this season. They defeated Clarion to clinch the MAC East on February 16th. And that Golden Eagles team, they defeated them handily, 25-13, and they are actually 9-6 and 6-4 in conference. So overall, Rider just dominating with huge wins throughout this season. Great play in conference. They've obviously just won their conference, which has some teams that are very good wrestling teams, including Clarion, also Old Dominion. George Mason's in the bottom half, and we saw them come in and defeat Maryland yesterday. So overall, this is not a bad team at all. This Rider is sporting that will be out here today to take on the Terps. All the action is coming your way here on the Big Ten Network. We will be starting at the 125-pound bout. It'll be Jonathan Tropia and Brandon Cray. Brandon Cray last night was one of the major bright spots for the Terps in their near defeat of the Patriots, as Brandon Cray had a pin, which sparked a lot of momentum for Maryland. Last time he faced Jonathan Tropia resulted in a 5-2 decision for Tropia, as we are off in College Park. Tropia Cray, ear to ear, as Tropia tries to lift him up and throw him down. He's riding on him for a little while now as the riding time counter gets started. He will earn 2 points for the takedown and secure a victory by decision in the first bout of tonight's match. Jonathan Tropia takes care of Brandon Cray 5-1. So we take another look here at the key reversal from him that ensured the win. King Sandoval, the redshirt freshman from Waldorf, Maryland, went to St. Mary's Riken High School. Last season, he won 13 matches in open competition, and his 8 pins were good for the most on Maryland's roster, and hence we see him in his first season actually participating this year. Their primary starter at the 133-pound bout. Being that Rider has already clinched the MAC East and is now going to be heading into the MAC Mid-American Conference Championships pretty soon, the Bronx are resting a bunch of their primary starters today, as Anthony Cefalo traditionally starts at the redshirt senior. Cefalo traditionally starts the 133-pound bout, and they decided to go with the fellow redshirt freshman Richie Kohler today instead. Kohler going low. Sandoval trying to get back on top. Will he be able to? They both hop back onto their feet. Kohler still holding him very low. He's going to have to probably try and get up and bring him down that way, and then he's going to bring him down, trying to get back on top. Is Sandoval, and Kohler holds him, takes him down, gets the 2 points, and the last second win for Ryder. And Ryder and Maryland faced off in the National College Virginia Dual Wrestling Championship in January. Ryder was actually the winners of the whole tournament as they defeated the University of Virginia to win the 40th Virginia Dual Championships. So another stalemate will be called as Baxter continues to ride on Lapari, but unable to get much of a shift in momentum as Lapari still controlling on the scoreboard. And able to bring him down is Lucas Cordio. Lucas Cordio. And Maryland is going to head into the break with lots of momentum, as it is a huge victory as Cordio wins by fall. So Lucas Cordio gets Maryland right where he wants it to be. So we take another look here. That'll be 6 points for the Terps. So they cut the deficit in half as Ryder leads it 12-6. You are watching Ryder and Maryland Wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. Welcome back to Maryland Ryder Wrestling on the Big Ten Network. It's all Ryder throughout the first 4 bouts. We see takedown there, another takedown here before Maryland able to lock up the final bout with a pin of its own. So the Terps are going to look to use that momentum as they ride into the second half of it. The Terps' final regular season dual match of the season at the 165-pound bout between Kyle Cochran and Joe Casey. So here we go, right from the middle. And we are off in the final half of the final regular season dual match for the Bronx and the Terps. He's going to try and ride on him some more, but being very aggressive underneath is Joe Casey. Kyle Cochran riding on top, continuing to up the time on the riding time clock. But underneath, Casey trying to make a move, but Cochran is holding him down with all of his strength. And the Terps are right back into this one. And so Dean Sherry comes in to the 174-pound bout and takes care of Maryland's Josh Ugalde. Throwing him down is Walton. Another takedown. And that is how this one will end. 12-5 is your final. So 7-3. And bringing him down. There's a major takedown from Ryan Cloud. 9-3, the lead for Cloud. As time is going to tick on down on the regular season for the Bronx and the Terrapins. Point on the escape for Robinson. 8 seconds left. To the ground. Gonna ride on top of him. 3 minutes and 18 seconds of it. Gonna bring Ryder to 22 points. And so the Bronx defeat the Terrapins 22-16. Thank you for tuning in to the Big Ten Network's coverage throughout this season of Maryland's wrestling as they fall to the Ryder Bronx. The victory song plays despite the loss, as this is the final time that some of these Maryland wrestlers will ever take the mat in the Xfinity Center Pavilion. That will wrap us up here from College Park. This has been Shane Connick with you, saying so long from College Park.